speaker to the audience. Over to Engineer Madhuramani, sir. Mr. First of all, before that, I welcome our speaker. I welcome all our participants, members and participants, invitees who joined today's program. Over to Engineer Madhuramani, Chairman, Indian Institute of Industry Engineering Chairman, for introduce the speaker to the audience. Over
just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible, please, sir.
Is it audible, sir?
Audible. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. On behalf of Indian Institute of Industrial Engineering Tirunelveli chapter and other participant institutions, I am happy to introduce today's speaker, Sri Dr. P.S. Kumar. He is PhD Business Administration. Just a minute. He is MBA Marketing Management. He did his ME in Production Engineering. He is having 36 years of experience. Major experience in L&T, flat industrial construction, CNH construction, leading FMCG manufacturer, Butterfly. His position and responsibilities were marketing, branding and communications, Group Chief Executive Officer and Senior Vice President in the field of R&D. He is an expert in market research and researches, new product identification, value selling, profit-focused process-oriented system, development and administration. His major strengths are in marketing analysis, business strategies, scientific planning. He is an expert in developing result-oriented action plan and implementation of the same. So he is having good experience of 36 years. With this introduction, I am handing over the session to Sri Selvaraj sir.
Now over to Dr. Kumar sir for his presentation. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Madhuramani, for the introduction, for the nice introduction of the speaker. Thank you. Over to Dr. Kumar sir for his presentation, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Madhuramani and other people. Happy to address the people maybe after 2 years once again over Zoom. Okay, it is more convenient as characterized by Selvaraj. It is more convenient for everyone. So today we are going to talk about smart working and how to be a smartness, how to be a smart working methodology. Okay, now I want every one of you to think over this slide read this slide and think over where you are, whether you are in the sliding side or whether you are going to be in the learning side or whether you are going to be in the growth stage, where you can be. So what I'm trying to say is because of pandemic or because of many other reasons, increased competition, prices, unable to reduce the cost, increase the cost of labor, all these things, we may be, some of us may be in the sliding down, some of us in the learning stage, some of us may be in the growing. But what I am trying to help you out is to give some 5 quick steps where we can, even if you are sliding so fast, you can change it and you can grow it fast. Okay. So first we need to understand what is smart working. And also we should understand what is competitiveness. Smart working, many people think that it is an easy work or easy way of working. Absolutely wrong. Smart work is result ensured working method and not working hard. You will achieve the same result, but working smart means with the less input you are getting the same result or more than the desired result. So that is how it is called as smart working. Okay, that means your effort should be less, at the same time your benefit should be more. Okay, the benefit is more and effort is less, you can be competitive. So we need to understand how we have to be competitive, because this is needed whether you like it or not. Competitiveness is a must for every one of us in the changing and dynamic VUCA world, that is volatile, uncertainty, and the world is so competitive. The international competition is coming, and Indian competitors are coming, and other people are getting into business. Many of the known people are quitting the business. All these things are happening. So it is very, very volatile. Okay. So this report was given only 5 days before. Okay. It is World Economic Forum. The report, it tells about out of 63 countries, what is the ranking India has got. India has got 37th rank. Okay. You can see it over here. It is the 37th rank in 2022. That means as of year ending 31/3/2022, financial year for us. So we got 32 position or 37th position of 63 countries. And if you see, there are another report which also says that the top 5 companies. Among this, there is a small reorganized in the World Economic Forum. Here, the first thing is Denmark. Okay. The second thing is Switzerland, and the third one is Singapore, Sweden, Hong Kong. These are the first 5. That means you can see it over here. Okay, this report I can send it to the people, which in turn Mr. Salraj send it to other peoples. Okay. So you need not worry about it. So what I am trying to say is, this is a global ranking. In this, we have improved our position from 43 to 37. It's a good growth. 43 to 37 is a good growth. Okay, that means the lower the number will be a big performance. So first we need to understand how this competitiveness is coming. Like you have economic performance, you have government efficiency and business efficiency and infrastructure. All these factors, there are so many factors are available. All these factors will be calculated, and from India side, the data are given by National Productivity Council, New Delhi. So NPC gives the data about India. If you see it, like 44, 43, 43, 43, and 37. That means last year we achieved the growth of 6 points over the previous year. Okay, which were maybe the stagnancy because of our pandemic reason, but after the pandemic we could able to achieve a very good growth. So I'm comparing straight away with the number 1 company, number 1 country in the world, Denmark, and ours. So in the 5 parameters with respect to business efficiency, which is under our control, many times we need not waste our time on talking government efficiency. We need not talk about economic performance. We need not talk about infrastructure, which we have very limited control. Our control is more into our business efficiency. Okay. So, Mr. Kannan Tangasamy, can you mute your audio? Yeah, thank you. So in business efficiency, if you see productivity and efficiency, we are 44th, as against the world number 1 is Denmark, which is 1. Labor, cost of labor, all these things, we are very good because the cheapest labor in the world is ours. So 6 as against Denmark, that is the number 1 country, is 11. With respect to cost of capital, we call. So that is, again, Denmark has scored 7, we have scored 21. Management practices, and again, Denmark has scored 1 and we have scored 25. Okay. Attitudes and values, again, Denmark has scored, performed 3 and we have scored 15. So out of this, we should focus on this. One is productivity and efficiency. Second is management practices. Third is attitudes and values. If we focus these things on, okay, finance, we have a little control, and about labor, we are already good. So what happens is the possibility of we becoming more competitive is possible. Okay. So what is the parameters by which I told you earlier, there are only 5 steps if you take it up. And that 5 steps, if you focus, you can increase your competitiveness. First is increase your reliability. Increase your reliability in sense is what reliability is. Today, many of the multinational companies are not depending Indian suppliers because main reason is they are unable to meet the delivery consistently. That is, commitment is given, that commitment is never honored. Second one is quality consistency. If you are keeping a very good quality control, there is no need to. Yesterday, I was talking to one of the MNC, Procter and Gamble. There they were saying that if the quality control, if he is having separate department and more people, that company is not evaluated. We will not consider them at all. So earlier we had the concept of producing a quality, accepting or rejecting the component, and send only the accepted components to the customer. But today the customer is becoming more wise and knowledgeable, and he says that even if you are producing bad quality, the cost of bad quality also will be charged to me. That means you will charge indirectly, either in the form of overhead or some way, that my cost is going to add up to my price only. So which we are not interested. If you are saying that you are very quality and reliable supplier, you should be packing along with the machine itself. As soon as the component comes out, you pack it and give it, then only we believe it. And more thing is, if no customers are customer focused. Our Indian suppliers have very little customer focus. And they are concerned about profit focused, which I want to change it to the customer focused. Because profit focused, what happens is you are concerned about you. But the moment you start concerning about your customer, automatically you will get more business. Okay. And quality, I talked productivity. Yes, here we are going to talk about efficiency and effectiveness. First thing is, many of you know about Kaizen. What is Kaizen? That is a small improvement. You can see it in the graph. A small improvement, marginal improvement. It is called the evolutionary improvement. That means in a small steps, we can improve the quality or the performance of an organization. So that's the reason we have a lot of Kaizen team, Kaizen performance, Kaizen suggestions, all these things will be implemented. But the growth rate is very, very slow. The slope is very, very almost like a flat. Okay, but this is not sufficient today. What is sufficient today is Kaizen plus Kaikaku. Kaikaku is transformational change, revolutionary change. That means you can see it from here to here. The Kaikaku is the change. That means if you take the same Kaizen to achieve this Kaikaku, probably this level, you may achieve, maybe during this time, you will achieve this level if you simply follow only Kaizen. So, Kaizen plus Kaikaku, that is both a revolutionary change and revolutionary change put together only, it is needed. So, just individual Kaizens may not be there at all. But will we get the results? No, you will not get the results immediately. You can expect results in earliest is 9 to 12 months. Okay. So 9 to 12 months, you may have to, Mr. Kannan, can you switch off your audio? Mr. T. Kannan.
Rajesh, please mute the Kannan. Rajesh. So Rajesh,
म्यूट लगा सर
हाँ சொல்லுங்க சார்
म्यूट लगा सर के
மியூட்
Okay. Okay. But now it is muted. Okay. So what happens is, if you implement Kaizen plus Kaikaku, it will take time to get result. But the earliest possible time is you will implement today. You will get a result from 9 to 12 months, depending upon how strong you are in implementing, how you are sticking to the implementation. So this is called a business transformation. So do not follow Kaizen transformation. If you follow Kaizen transformation, you will not be in exist. Just 2 years before, I talked about Industry 4.0. Many people have not, they thought that, okay, some of the, Bharata's Institute of Management people came, and some of them are told it's very good, it is coming up very fast, and we need to develop the people. Okay, 2 years over. Now Industry 5.0 has come. Industry 5.0 is mass personalization, customization. It has come already. Industry 5.0 is being practiced in Germany and Japan, because Industry 4.0 is started in 2011. It took almost 11 years to come to Industry 5.0. But whereas if you see Industry 1, Industry 3 and Industry 4, it took average, sometimes earlier is around 50 years, after that it may be 25 years. But within 11 years, Industry 5.0 has come. So in Industry 5.0 is a mass customization. Like today, the products are becoming standard. There is no big difference. Like if somebody is offering a phone, mobile phone, you take an ordinary example, Apple also gives a phone. Earlier, Apple phone is supposed to be a prestige. Today, many Androids are available, which can do a better performance than Apple phones. So what they are doing, you might have seen it, like earpod. Earpod earlier they used to give it as a standard. Now it is an optional. You can buy it, and when you are buying it, regular cost is assuming that it is $220 AirPod. $220, another $15 or $20 they will charge you in case if you want your name to be engraved. Laser engraving done on the case, nothing else. But what is the cost? As engineers, we all know what is the cost of laser engraving. Nothing. But what they charge, the customers are ready to pay $20. It doesn't cost even $1 to do a laser engraving in a case of AirPods. Okay. So, but this mass customization is becoming, that is the reason I say that Industry 5.0 is more personalized. More personalized in the sense is, it is not focused on profit. Profit is a byproduct in Industry 5.0. Industry 4.0 is data analytics and connectivity and robotics. All these things will get you Industry 4.0, where profit is a prime focus. Whereas now it has shifted, profit is a byproduct. Customer retention is becoming more important. So, like many of you know already, I'm not going to talk in detail. I just read it. Additive manufacturing, sometimes people call this a 3D printing, virtual reality, without getting the real equipment or real machine to do the testing. We can do the graph, or we can do on a virtually, we can do the testing of the machine. Internet of Things, Internet of Industrial Things, IIoT we call. IoT is an ordinary house. IIoT is industrial things, Internet of Industrial Things, machines connected with sensors which will transfer the data to the cloud, and which in turn comes back to the farm in different forms. Autonomous robots. Robots means earlier people think that robots we have to instruct the robots. Now autonomous robots mean they can perform job without the intervention of the human. If there is something wrong, and automatically autonomous robots can correct the position and carry out job. Cyber security, people know about blockchain. So that is very important, because everything is becoming internet based. And cloud computing. Like this presentation right now I am doing, I am sitting at Chennai, you people are in Trichy, but I am accessing my server at US Canva server, and I'm producing this presentation from that. This is the cloud computing. So I need not have a huge memory. I need not have, if something wrong goes wrong in my system, I think will happen as after presentation is available. Big data analytics. Big data analytics means everything is not based on experience decision. Now business decisions are made based on the data. So for giving a data analysis, you need to have a huge number of data. Then only you can predict it very well. Advanced simulations, like earlier the simulation is very simple, but now we can go for advanced simulation. And universal integration, integrating all. This is the 9 pillars what they call. Integrating all is universal integration. That is for Industry 4.0. Industry 5.0 is, in addition to this, is SDG. SDG is Sustainable Development Goals, which all the countries together in the world has agreed, which is the prime focus, and everything is mass customization or more personalized product, because that is the only way you can increase your price, or that means increase your profit. And the third one is, we don't follow any standard operating procedure. like any of operations, whether it is manufacturing, whether it is welding, whether it is going to be molding, whether it is going to be machining or whatever it may be, or you take a plate or welding the plates or pressure vessels or whatever you take it, we are using SOPs. Today, many of the customers are asking, okay, give me your SOP without even visiting, because if he is not convinced with the SOP, he is not going to visit your place for evaluation itself. So SOP is the most important. So what is the SOP? Is standard operating procedure. Okay, that is a standard operating procedure, you are following it, which in turn makes you beneficial to the people. And third one is, or fourth one is efficiency. Efficiency, very simple method is you take the output divided by input into 100 is equal to efficiency. Why we have to focus on efficiency? If you focus more on efficiency, the speed will go up, quality will go up, and cost will come down. Efficiency focus. For simple example, assuming that if I ask a question like any of our friend in the meeting hall, what is your efficiency of your organization? Let us imagine that somebody says that is around 80% efficiency, or your company is 80% efficiency. And if you want to see real efficiency of your company is not 80%. How many hands it changes? Like, you change it from the salesperson, then it comes to the purchase person, then it comes to the managing director, then it goes to the works manager, then it has to go to operations manager, then it goes to logistics, then it goes to production, then it goes for dispatch, then it retailing. That means it may be around 8 or 9. So 0.8, that is efficiency 80%. 0.8 into 0.8 into 0.8, 9 times if you do it, you'll be surprised to see the result is maybe less than somewhere around 40% efficiency. That means if I give 100 rupees to my great friend Selvraj, because of our company's efficiency is 80%, he will take 20 rupees and he gives only 80 rupees to the next person. And in turn, there is somebody else, he is taking 80 rupees from Selvraj, again 20% efficiency, because of it will be reduced. From 80 rupees, it will come down to maybe 8 rupees, 16 rupees, you minus, it becomes 64. Like that, it comes down drastically. Okay. So efficiency needs to be improved substantially. That's the reason all the Japanese companies are talking about efficiency at least 95 and above. Even if you are 95 and above, your overall efficiency, that's the reason they reduce the number of layers also. Overall efficiency will not be more than 90. Even if you are achieving 95, 98 also, overall efficiency of the organization with the 3 or 4 layers, it will not be more than 90. Effectiveness. This is very, very important, because efficiency is dependent on so many. Effectiveness is dependent upon the individual. Individual means how much effective you are. If you see what you achieve, what you decide. Just take an example of hitting a bull of a target. Suppose you use 5 arrows and 1 arrow hitting the bull, that means your effectiveness is only 20%. But if you use 1 arrow to achieve the bull, and what is your effectiveness is 100%. That means the desired result is hitting the bull. Achieved is also with used only 1 arrow. So desired result and achieved result are 1-1. So it is 100%. Okay. So efficiency is resource usage. You have to reduce your wastage. Effectiveness is goal attainment, high attainment. So these both are very, very important. Suppose if you take efficiency higher or lower, like the tactics, and effectiveness is higher or lower, you can see it. You can die slowly, or you can survive, or you can die quickly. Finally, what will happen? These 3 quarters, none of us want to be there. We want to be thriving. That means better than anybody else. That's the reason we told competitiveness. In that case, both efficiency and effectiveness are to be the highest. Then only you can achieve your. But here also the result will not come in. It will take minimum 12 to 18 months. Now we need to talk about the business angle, profit competitiveness, because the product life cycle has come down drastically. So earlier we thought that it will take minimum of 4 months, 4 years or 8 years to produce a product to fail, or the product has to close. But now what happens is the product life cycle comes to 1 year. That means 1 year you have to recover the entire money you have put into that project. So if you are doing this, then what will happen? Next year the project you may get, you may not get. So what happens is very big uncertainty. You have to reduce manpower, you have to reduce so many things. Other things are involved. So what happens is you are not consistent performer every year. So for this, what we need to do is, my simple suggestion to you is, work on a business, 5 different segments. 5 different segments contribute only maximum of 20%, not minimum of 20%. Maximum of 20% of your total earning. Assuming that you want to earn 10 crore, maximum 2 crore from the same line of business you should. Beyond 2 crore, if you are going, then instead of increasing it, what you do is increase your pie. Pie means the total. Instead of 10 crore, it should be 12 crore. Instead of 12 crore, it can be 18 crore. But what I'm trying to say is, it cannot be more than 20%. If you are 20%, you are ensuring it from 5 different segments, which is totally unrelated, because pandemic has taught a lot of things to all of us. If somebody is totally depending upon one industry, and because of some reason that industry is not performing, their company is collapsed. Like what happened to our internal combustion engines, IC engine manufacturers, IC engines boring or whatever machining you have done in IC engines, IC engine itself will not be there in 2025. 2025 IC engine will not be there, because the majority of the IC engines are used into automobiles and that sector. Now that is moving into NEV, not EV. EV is electrical vehicle. NEV is new energy vehicle. It can be a nitrogen, it can be a hydrogen, or whatever it is. We do not know what is happening. But that people in the automotive sector can guide us where it is going to be. But that is only the guidance. But reality, God only knows. People knows it, because what is the cost effective, they will choose. Today you are seeing the things, no? Like, Maruti is saying that if I am ready to drop our low cost machines, but why are those people of sitting so long, so many years? You have a double standard. None of us has asked. Nitin Gadkari blast that people today. He says, how you can have 2 different quality level, one for export and one for domestic. I used to wonder why it is like this. But he says that in India, it's not. India means Indian dying and the road is okay for you. An American dying or your German dying and the road is very precious. It's the same life. No, life is same. So now what happens is, if you are not having 6 airbags, you cannot sell a machine in car in India. If that is going to be insisted, then what will happen? Maruti, who is supposed to be the #1 manufacturer of automobile, says that I will drop the lower cars. Earlier, the same thing happened in Toyota. Toyota told that we will not come out with the new models. They are not interested in doing favor for India. Kindly understand. Whether it is German or whether it is Japanese or Americans or British, those people are not interested in doing any favor for India. But what we should do? So we have to be competitive. We will do, like today you can see GPS. Today Navic is launched by Indian government. I don't know. I am not using Navic because it is not yet launched for iPhone. It is launched for what you call Android phones. But technical superiority is huge. GPS is nothing in front of Navic. Of course, the number of satellites, it may be 50, that may be 8, that is different. But 8 satellite is much beyond all the 50 satellites, which is low orbiting satellites. And the accuracy is very high. It cannot be tampered, it cannot be jammed, it cannot be bugged. So that is, Navic is the best software in the world for giving a global positioning of you. But many people still don't know. It is completely designed and developed by ISRO. So what happens, how ISRO is becoming successful? We need not depend upon, if you give the entire territory of the things, European Union or Americans or Russians or anybody, they have full control over India. They know where it is, what it is, or is the troops of movement, all the things they will be knowing it. What is the level of water in the dam, all these things they will be knowing it. But India told that we will not share it. You know what happened? It was only because when Kargil came and Indian government requested our American counterpart share the details of the images which are using it, getting it from Kargil. They refused. American refused to give it. That triggered our operation, and we are today, we are better than GPS system which is used by Americans or used by many people throughout the world. We are at least 10 times better than GPS. Okay. So if you want experience with the Navic, which is designed and completely developed by ISRO and Indian company. So by doing this type of radical change, what we call as a transformation change, you can become the global superstar. You cannot be a simple superstar. You have to be a global superstar. Okay. So what I say is, how to increase the competitiveness is increase the reliability. Second is improve the systems. Third is increase the quality and increase productivity. And what about the increase the customer focus? So this customer focus only I gave the example of GPS and Navi, and I told the other example of Toyota and Maruti, who refused to give a car about things. So what we talked is, the answer is here: Kaikaku business transformation in addition with Kaizen. So that is a radical change. Second is product life management. That is, earlier it was around 7 to 10 years. Now it is only 7 to 9 months. So it's a huge. Industry 4.0, Industry 5.0. 4.0, automation of all the processes. And Industry 5.0 is processes will be automated and the profit will be, is a byproduct in Industry 5.0. It is personalization and human-centric. Standard operating procedures. If you are having a proper standard operating procedure, whether you are going to the company or not going to the company will produce exactly the same as per the standard operating procedure. Many of us don't follow this because of so many reasons. Okay. An increase in efficiency and effectiveness. Many times you just see it. What is your efficiency and effectiveness? Apply the formula which I talked to you, and then you know where is your efficiency, where is your effectiveness. So your business should come from 5 different segments. That is what I told you. Okay, because we do not know what is going to happen. If you want to sustain your in business, if you want to be competitive in business, you need to get businesses from 5 different segments, not same segment, upward integration, downward integration, parallel processing. All these things cannot be. One, suppose you are taking one in hotel industry, another will be not tourism industry also. It will be another will be in engineering industry, totally different, which is no way connected. That type of business you have to choose, and you have to start working now. So it will not take results immediately. It may 3 years to 5 years, but this is how you are going to exist in the business. Otherwise, you may have to close down at the earliest. So now you should know where you are. Before starting that, now you should know. You need not tell to us. You need not tell to your friend. You are tell to your uncle, or you go home, sit yourself, find out where is your position. Last 5 years it was like this, and this, and the beautiful term is net profit per employee. Many times we will not see that what is net profit only. Growth in net profit is okay. Net profit per employee. Earlier I have achieved a net profit of 10 crore, and if I am doing a 12 crore and I'm saying that 20% growth, no. Earlier you achieved 10 crore with 100 people. Now 180 people you are achieving 12 crore. That is not net profit in growth. So you have to assume your calculate your per employee cost of net profit contribution. That's the reason the big companies are becoming very successful. Okay. So I am very confident, whether you like it or not, India is going to be the manufacturing hub in the world. Okay. And Indians are capable. If you are not interested, you are not ready for that, then people from outside the India will come and put up a plant over here. We will be a slaves. And that means we will be continue to work our people, and we have to close down our factory, and we have to employ ourselves into their companies. So, but what I am confident is we can and we will achieve the competitiveness against the global competition. Okay, with this, I thank Mr. Selraj and other officers of IEI for giving a wonderful opportunity to address people, all of you. If you have any questions, answers, I am available for clarifying.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar sir. It's excellent presentation. Really enjoyed your presentation. Thank you. Now session is open for questions. Participants can ask questions. Sir, I have a query. Where are we now, sir? As such, as on date, as India, where are we now, sir? The global complex.
I told you 37, and the first slide.
Okay, I remember. Oh, what are the ways that you told many ways, sir?
Yeah.
Anyway, high tech area, how to grab the high tech area, sir?
High tech area is, see, what I'm trying to say is you need to understand where you are. The moment you understand where you are, you yourself find out how we can grow. Like, you are sliding, or you are learning, or you are growing. Wherever phase you are there, you should know that you have to be honest, tell to yourself, and find a ways. Like, you are into welding, and wherever welding you are growing. Definitely, you are not in the sliding path. You are growing path. Maybe here. From here to this level, we have to go. What we have to do? That you can work out. Maybe you can talk to the experts in that field, or you can approach the good consultant. But what I'm trying to say is, you will not get result immediately. You will get result maybe after 3 years or maybe after 5 years. But practicing all these things is very important. 3 years and 5 years, somebody says that I will make it happen in 2 months or 3 months and all, is just bluffing. Don't believe that.
What are the areas we have opportunities? As Indians, what are the areas we have opportunities?
ICT, information communication technology integration in manufacturing. We are very poor. We are very poor as against the global number. They are number one again in Singapore. They are almost around 90% ICT grade, and what we got is around 12. So ICT automation, we cannot afford to have people working for us because cost of labor is also going to get increased. You are not getting a plumber, you are not getting an electrician at your home at Trichy itself. What is the reason? Because the plumber and the electricians are high demand people, less demand and supply. So more demand is there, supply is very less. So they make good profit. So they are not ready to come and do a job. Today you see that mason, or who will be doing a masonry work in a house. Earlier we used to pay around 200 rupees, 300 rupees. Today it is less than 900 rupees. Nobody is ready to come for work at Chennai. I do not know about Trichy. It may be 750, but still less than 900. Nobody is coming to Chennai. But less than 750 is not coming. That Trichy is also very expensive. Yes, Mr. Selvaj, have I answered?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You answered very, very nicely, sir. Thank you. Thank you. There are,
good evening,
yes,
sir.
Good evening. Yeah, Mr.
Good evening, sir. This is Professor Titus, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, regarding that industry 4.0, it is already the IoT and IIoT is already existing, sir. But what is the specialty in for 5.0, sir, in industry 5.0?
I told you 5.0 is human centric. Earlier industry 4.0 is profit centric. Okay, automation is only with the profit. Whereas now the improvement is here is profit is a byproduct. Industry 5.0 is like you might have seen the example, like Apple refused to buy product from Foxconn Chennai. What is the reason why they refuse to buy Foxconn Chennai? Is it because of the quality problem? No. It is the problem because they have not, Foxconn Chennai did not have a proper residential apartments for his laborers. which they found out by the trial or some auditing. The moment they found out they are not providing a good accommodation for their employees, they told that we will hold you for 21 days. You improve it and give your proof, and then we audit it again. After that only we will give you order. Otherwise, the orders are hold. So it was not like that earlier. Nobody is concerned about human. They say that it is a product, whereas now it is not going to be anymore.
Okay, okay. And also regarding that, sir, in future, if the IC engines are going to be reduced, then what will be the scenario for the core engineering, sir? Because nowadays, data science, machine learning, and everything is coming up.
No more core engineering 2025 onwards. Now itself, my classmate is Anna University Vice Chancellor, my close friend. We have changed the syllabus also, Anna University also. What is
Yes,
the thing
yes,
is that, yeah,
so many new courses are coming nowadays.
Yeah. So what happens is earlier when you and me did mechanical engineering, we know mechanical to the some portion of production and some portion of industrial engineering, we'll be knowing it. But we
Yeah.
did not know about electronics and electrical. Today, if an engineer goes out without electronics, without electrical, without computer science, he will be considered as a illiterate person. They will not consider him as a literate. He is not an engineer. He cannot call himself. Today, if any engineer, if you take him, and if he says that I do not know how to operate a PowerPoint, how to operate a Excel, how to operate a Word, we will not give him a job, whatever his qualification can be. Correct?
Yes, yes.
So it is becoming mandatory. You have to learn. You have to know about everything.
Yes, yes. But the EV vehicle will replace the IC engine means, then automatically the mechanical engineering
Not
courses
EV.
will.
EV is wrong because if somebody is giving EV because they know only EV. I told you new energy vehicles. Yeah, new energy vehicle. It can be electrical, it can be nitrogen, it can be hydrogen or whatever. It can be even solar also. But this is going to be a driven. It is not going to be with IC engine anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your explanation.
Thank you.
Sir, Kumar, sir, there are two appreciations for you. One excellent presentation involving the present situation. Engineer G. Madhuramani, the chairman of Indian Institute of Industrial Engineering, has told. And on the Shankar, excellent presentation, sir. He has also told, sir.
Thank you.
There are two appreciations. Right,
thank you.
Really, it was an excellent presentation, sir. Thank you so much. Participants, if you have any queries, you can ask. Otherwise, we can move on to the next agenda. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time with us. Really, it was a wonderful session. We learned a lot from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now, moving on to the next agenda, I call upon our Honorary Secretary, Dr. Kevin R. Kumar, to announce the next week's program, sir. Dr. Kevin R. Kumar.
Good evening, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Please.
Sir, first of all, I would like to thank our today's speaker for giving this wonderful lecture. And similarly, I thank each and everyone for attending this wonderful lecture program also. So moving on to the next week lecture program, on 5th July, we will be having an interactive session on career guidance for +2 students. And the Career Counseling Center Association, they will be providing guidance for the +2 students. So I request our members and the participants of today's program to participate in this program and also to invite your friends and colleagues to participate in this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Kevin, our Contract Secretary, for announcing this program. Now I call upon Dr. S. Karupasamy, our past chairman, present committee member of Tamil Nadu State Center, to propose vote of thanks. Over to Dr. Karupasamy, sir.
Yes, Mr. Salraj. Good evening to all.
Yes,
I am
sir.
happy to associate with today's very interesting lecture program. Today, Dr. Kumar, our good friend, delivered the lecture on global competitiveness through smart working. We can and we will. Like that, he has concluded. He put a lot of effort in preparing the slides for easily understanding and the subject, and it is very useful, sir. Today, Really, we enjoyed your lecture program after a very long gap. We had a good lecture and presentation by you. Thank you very much, Dr. P.S. Kumar.
Thank you, sir.
You did a lot of work and you explained the industry 4.0 and 5.0 and all. What is the difference between 4.0 and 5.0 with adding the human potential and SDGs, sustainable development goals and all.
Yes,
It
sir.
is a very nice presentation. We enjoyed, sir.
Thank you
very
sir.
much. We extend our special thanks to you for accepting our invitation and delivered a good lecture today.
Thank you, sir.
I also thank all the participants of this program. Today the program is organized by many of our sister concerned which are functioning in our Tiruchirappalli complex, Indian Institute of Welding, Indian Welding Society, Indian Institute of Industrial Engineers, and Indian Institute of Metals. On behalf of all the institutions, I convey my sincere thanks to all the participants who attended the program. Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Dr. Karupasamy, sir. Dr. Kumar, sir, this was an excellent session, sir. Thank you. You have given a very good insight to all of us. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
so
you.
with your permission, we shall close the program, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Good night to everyone. Thank you.